Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is episode 8. I'm your host, Drew. And I got my boy, the #1 artist in Lots of Ohio, baby, Timmy the Boy.
Yep, that's me. I'm Timmy the Boy. I'm good.
We go back, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
We do.
Elementary school, backyard football at your crib.
Oh my gosh.
Competitive.
It used to get heated.
Yes,
Oh,
dude.
it was great. We'd be out there. We couldn't even see the football, man.
Dude, I remember one time we were playing and Caden was just talking much. And I literally got so mad. I walked home and I started crying.
Oh, we all had those moments. I forget who it was. It might have been Austin. It was probably Austin or someone. But I just remember talking. And man, it was in my yard too. I was like, everybody go home.
Yeah.
Get out of my yard. Leave.
How disrespectful is that someone's talking shit at your house?
I mean, it is pretty disrespectful, but we all had a good time.
Oh, for sure.
7th grade, we won the league, me and Austin. It was mostly Austin. I was not athletic, so I was out there.
You were out there.
I was a placeholder for Austin.
QB?
Yeah, QB, and he was just taller than everybody. Throw it up to him. It was great.
Throw the X up?
Yeah. And then we had an actual QB out there. Nice.
I used to be able to throw
do
that
a little
thing.
something.
A little something. Bus buddies, dude.
Hell yeah, everything like that.
No, it's pretty messed up. I was just thinking about this last night. I was like, you and me were probably the last people to get on the bus, and we were the first one to get off.
Well, I was in high school, because I moved from there in high school. In elementary school, I was the first one on, last one off. It was god awful. It was terrible. And you know, I got narcolepsy, so one time, it's a long bus ride. It was like an hour and a half, and everybody gets off the bus. I'm like, damn, I fell asleep once. And I woke up in the bus garage.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I forget. He was a dude, bus driver. Whoever our secretary was at Washington, it was her husband.
Oh, what's his name?
I forget.
I can't think
But
of
he
his
found
name.
me asleep on the bus in the back seat. He was like, he woke me up. I was like, this isn't my house. He's like, this is not your house. We were in the bus garage, Tim. You fell asleep. I was like, yeah, that's very possible. He's like, no, it happened. It's not possible. It happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. He had to take me home and stuff. It was very
He
weird.
took you home.
Yeah, it was weird. He called my mom.
Weird ride.
Yeah, in his truck, man. He was like, so how was your day? I was like, well, I should have been home by now, so not too good.
Yeah. This just ruined my day, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be honest. I did not want to get in your truck, dude. Yeah.
That's funny. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your music a little bit.
All right.
So, when did you start?
I started senior year of high school. So in 2nd grade, I got in a car wreck, and then when I turned 18, I got some money for it. I was like, I'm going to be a rapper. And I bought...
I'm sorry. You got in a wreck in 2nd grade, got money from it.
Yeah, I broke my wrist, and my mom took it to court, and I got some money for it. So when I turned 18 in high school, I got the money. And so I was like, I'm going to be a rapper. I went and bought a MacBook. I bought a MacBook, but that's all I bought. And I thought GarageBand was going to take me all the way. GarageBand and some Apple earbuds, and it was not sufficient, I will say. So I started...
You're never going to be great at first.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Seriously.
The way I look at it is my music was dog shit at first.
It
was terrible.
It was not that bad.
Well, it wasn't good, so it got, the first song got 10,000 listens, but it was people making fun of me. Oh yeah.
10,000.
And I remember thinking wow, this is crazy. And then started seeing people's stories. I remember the volleyball team played it on the way back, and then I was like, oh, that's so sick. And then they were all laughing. I was like, oh, this isn't sick anymore.
I'm not going to school tomorrow.
This sucks, man. But I went to school. I didn't care. I knew what it was. So then I started getting better equipment, and then sounding better. The songwriting got better, and now I don't suck. So it's sick to look back on it. Yeah. If I still sucked, it would be terrible.
Right.
But I don't anymore, and I can say that, and I'm proud of it too. It's great.
So. Was it on it was on SoundCloud?
It was all on SoundCloud, yeah.
And it just shows how many people have listened to your songs and stuff.
Yeah, okay. I remember the first one, the first day it got 10,000. I was like, oh my god, and the next day it was at 11. I was like, this is crazy.
One day you got 10?
Well, okay, maybe it was the first week or something, but I just remember checking my phone like constantly to see how much, and it would always keep going up by like 500 more. I'm like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But then I was like,
you're like,
they're making fun of me.
I'm gonna be on Apple Music.
I'm about to be famous. Oh man, I remember. You remember Mr. Lasivita?
Yeah.
He heard it. He said something at school. He's like, Tim, I'm gonna have to say it wasn't very good. And I was like, you know what? Part of me wanted to be like,
what a dick.
But no, it was true. So back then I was like, what a dick. But now I'm like, yeah, you're right. But back then I wanted to be like, you probably make like $40,000 a year. So like, let's calm down, guy.
Let's
calm down. You got a computer degree and you're at Marlington. Let's calm down.
Right. That's crazy.
What a guy.
Then so like with SoundCloud, do you have to like put like tags for your music, or do you get
like hashtags?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a set one. I used to just copy and paste it every time. And it would be like just the widest the range of everything. Because like when I first started making music, like that was like the SoundCloud era. Like you had X, you had Trippy was huge on SoundCloud. You had Ski Mask. You had all these like, and I'm not gonna say they were all sad rappers, but X was a sad rapper.
Sad, absolutely.
So like when if I'd make a sad song or even a happy song, I put sad, depression. I'd put this, and then I'd put party, weekend, happy, club, and like I'd have all those hashtags and bring a wide array of people. Well, at least I would hope it would.
I feel like you have to do that when you're like starting.
You have to,
because with the pod, like I have to put tags. I'm like putting every word I can come up with. You know,
Barstool, entertain,
entertain, touchy,
everything you can. Yeah. I feel that 100%.
So, like, what's the process of, like, coming out with the beat, the lyrics?
So, I never made my own beats. I tried over, like, COVID. When COVID happened, I tried, and it was so hard. And I just remember thinking, like, I have so much more respect for people who make beats because this is super hard. And, like, I'm musically inclined to an extent. So, like, I know how to play guitar. I can dabble around on the piano, but it just wasn't happening. Yeah. So, I bought all my beats on YouTube. But then after, like, I'd find a beat I'd like, I'd write to it, and then I would record over it. Before, like, I wouldn't buy the beats because it was SoundCloud. I wasn't making any money, so I'm not spending a crap ton of money on a beat.
Right.
And then, like, I started buying the beats, and that was a waste of money. It was terrible. I remember my first album, I went to I got a record deal.
Yeah.
A record deal. But he offered this dude, in Alliance, he offered me $10,000, and I was like,
$10,000.
But the way a record deal works is, so let's say I'm the record label, you're Trippy Red, I give you $10 million.
Yeah.
If let's make it a 2-album deal. If those 2 albums don't make me the $10 million back, let's say they only make 8, you owe me $2 million.
Oh.
And so like that's where I think like the selling your soul stuff comes into it. I think it's metaphorical to an extent because, well, now you owe me $2,000. You're gonna sign this $2 million. You're gonna sign this contract again to make me my money back for your next album. And a lot of times it's a revolving. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me Soulja Boy is making the label money every time. He's signing them contracts again and again.
Right.
But you look at the smartest ones like Jay-Z, Kanye, Eminem. I mean Diddy. They have their own labels.
Right.
So when I did my first like album, he offered me $10,000 for the album, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And he was
this is a scam.
Well, no, he had the money, cash in front of me. I was like, no.
I can't believe you resisted, honestly.
I knew my worth. I was like, I'm not gonna make this album. Is gonna make you $10,000.
Right.
I mean, you're making .00.
Were they gonna like promote the album and?
Well, that's what the money was gonna be for, like to pay me and promote the album and this, that, and the third. But I was just like, at $10,000, you're not getting what you like.
That's really not that much.
It's not that much, but like it's a lot to me.
Right.
Like if I were just to be like, if I were to pour $10,000 into an album, like I would think it was good, but to them they're like, well, this isn't returning. I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
So like, he had me buy all my beats, and when I tell you, like, I spent probably like $1,500 on beats.
$1,500.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's crazy.
And it was lame because it didn't return. And it's kind of like when I looked at him, I was like, I told you. Yeah. He's like, well, the songs were good. I was like, yeah, that's not enough, man.
Right.
That is not enough.
Yeah.
You can have the best thing in the world, but without the right marketing, it's not going to do anything.
That is facts, man.
So,
have you ever watched the Elvis movie?
Dude, That was my favorite movie of the year.
Okay,
I don't care what nobody says. It was incredible. Elvis is one of the greatest showmen to ever live.
100%.
And, like, he was kind of like, man, my last show, not the one before my last show at the YW, I was wanting to do, like, an Elvis type deal. Like, I wanted a horn section. I wanted all this. And we couldn't get our trumpet and trombone guy bailed. Yeah,
are you serious?
Yeah, I was so sorry, but, like, that's the goal, is to get to that level of showmanship.
Right.
To where it's not just music, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. You go there, and you're like, man, I've never seen that before.
Right, bro.
I loved that movie. So good.
Kind of wish it was like 20 minutes shorter.
Like, you could have taken out a little bit of the beginning.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, Buddy's been through it all. And he had that, 40 years? It was
38 or something crazy, or 40, I forget. But yeah, he lived a short life, but like, eventful.
That Colonel, dude. I mean, tried to take so much money from him.
And it worked.
Yeah.
To an extent. Well, until after he died, and he got, like, persecuted for it. Yeah. Rightfully so. But that's how, like, I've gotten just the smallest glimpse into the music industry. It's scary.
Yeah.
Like that $10,000 on the table, man. I would owe somebody $10,000.
Right.
I don't know who his people. I don't know what they do. Like,
exactly.
Man, or like, you get into, start doing shows and stuff like that. You meet all the promoters and the dirty people, man.
Yeah.
It's really crazy how dirty people are in just this area. It's not, man, I'm not in Hollywood.
Wait till you're in Cali.
Wait till you're in Hollywood doing crazy stuff. It gets millions of dollars are on the line.
Right.
Your reputation, all that. That's why, like, I will not sign to nobody ever.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care.
Don't think?
If I get famous, I get famous. If I don't, I don't.
Right,
I like making music, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to sign papers and do that, because, like, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what that stuff is.
Right. Hey, Mom, can you, like, look over this?
I was like, that's a little out of my wheelhouse, Tim. Like, I'll tell you what to take for a cold, but this isn't going to work.
So, when you, like, sign up for shows, do you just, like, look around?
Like, for venues, like, I contact a lot of venues, and some of them are cool, some of them, like, I like venues that do, like, percentage splits, because I don't have to pay anything up front. The show can do what the show does, and I just split that with them.
Yeah.
And most of the time, they're happy, because, like, my shows do pretty well around here. When I start getting, like, Akron and stuff like that, it's a little too far, but, like, if I stay Canton, Alliance area, still, I do pretty good. So, like, I like to do my own shows.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a control freak. I like doing all my own stuff, so, like, I like to pick who opens for me. I'm at the door taking the tickets.
So you have full control of that.
Full control.
You're in Alliance.
Yeah.
That's sweet,
or even in Canton, when I did the Buzzbin, it was pretty free reign for me. They said pretty much, give us your lineup, and here's the date and time.
Yeah.
And
bring the people.
Bring the people, man. And RIP to Buzzbin, it's closed now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd they close?
Poor management, I think. That's why that's why Jupiter closed.
Yeah.
Terrible management.
Jupiter, dude.
Dude, good times in Jupiter.
Never went.
Man, I'm telling you.
Heard about the parties, though.
The parties was crazy.
The Halloween parties.
The Halloween party was great.
Couple buddies getting punched. I had to pick him up.
Oh, man, it was awesome. I was just sitting there counting money. I'm like, dude, fights? Dude, this is great. I feel like Dana White right now. Like, counting the money, watching people fight.
Dana White, dude. So, Smitty wants me to ask you this question.
Okay.
How the hell did you get tickets to UFC in Phoenix and Vegas or something?
I just bought them.
You just bought it?
You on Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster.
He was like, Drew, you have to do me one favor. Please ask Timmy how the hell he got tickets to those.
Well, I mean, if you sign up for... Well, there's a UFC Fight Pass thing, and you join, and you get pre-sale. It's still all on Ticketmaster, though. But they send you your link, and you get on there. I remember I paid, like, $300 a ticket for the ones in Phoenix. And it was... I mean, that's not bad for how close we were.
Yeah.
We were really close. I went to the one in Jacksonville where Kamaru Usman knocked out Jorge Masvidal cold.
Oh, shit.
That was one of the greatest cards ever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you remember my cousin Devin, right?
Yeah.
We were up really high. There was not a bad seat in the whole place. Like
really?
It was because they hold them in smaller arenas than people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not doing it I mean, they have done it at the Q, but like
they're not doing it like NFL stadiums.
Yeah, no, like they're doing it in hockey stadiums. I mean,
Yeah.
the one in Phoenix was at the I don't know what their hockey team is, but it was the hockey stadium. It wasn't like they had it. It wasn't like they had it at the Suns' place.
Right.
So like, it's a smaller capacity, so the seats aren't bad. Yeah.
So there you go, Smitty.
There you go.
That's how he got it. So my first question is, what is the funniest / craziest moment you've had in music so far?
It's got to be the Halloween party.
The Halloween
Because
party?
we performed at it, yeah. I mean, it was my birthday. I was so excited because, like, I had this, like, Jersey night before, like, because eventually I want to have a club in Alliance. That's one of my goals.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a college town with nothing going on.
Chives and
Sick.
Raises for the boomers.
Chives is super sick.
I hate Chives, dude.
But we still go. We still go.
Bro,
the
we
cover
charge
to get
every time pisses me off.
And then they're not playing like any music. No one's dancing. Like,
well, they like shut off the music after like midnight.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like we don't leave till like 1 or 2.
Yeah. What is going on?
So the last hour, you're just like talking to your boys, like get your phone out, playing a song.
You can talk to your boys at home and not pay a cover charge. That's what, like if I get. Like when things start going the way they're supposed to, I'm gonna have a club in Alliance. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
but
that'd be sweet.
I've always been really good at like event management. That's always what I've done. And like I did the Jersey night, and it was crazy because we thought it failed. Yeah. Did all the promotion. Like when I tell you, I'm just walking around campus handing out flyers. People I don't even know. I'm like talking to girls like, hey, what's up? What's your name? She's like, get away from me. I'm like, no one trying to hit on you. Come to this damn party, bro. Quit playing. Get out my face. One, you're ugly. So quit playing with me. That's not what this was. Oh, yeah. Girls, the audacity. It was crazy.
Females,
but then I felt like I got my karma, man. I was at Jupiter Studios, and I was like, man, no one's coming. An hour in, no one came.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5, 6 people, and like I gave them their money back. I was like, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna make you. Yeah. I'm not gonna keep your money. Like, head on out. And I sent the DJ home. Carloads start coming, like 200 people at this party. I'm like, what is happening? Oh yeah. So then Tony Young hops on like a laptop. It's like, well, he's DJing now. We had a real DJ set up and everything. Tore it all down, everything. But the party was a huge success. I was like, dude, I'm gonna do this Halloween one, and I'm gonna perform at it. It's a perfect way to get my music out. Right. And it worked because like on campus, everyone knew who I was then because everybody was at the party. But some stuff had went down. That fight had broke out. The party was supposed to end at 2. Fight broke out at 1. And mind you, like I said, it was my birthday. And Jupiter had been doing good for me. Like, they said I could have any date I wanted. I could book whatever I want. Yeah. And I was doing so well for them. Like, most promoters there had to pay them 10% of their door. I make $1,000, I have to give them $100. They said I didn't have to pay that anymore because I was making them so much money. So, like, yeah, it was great. So then they were treating me right. I wanted to give them as much business as possible. Right. So I had my birthday dinner there. And the food was not good. But I tried.
What's the food?
Well, it was just normal food, but it just wasn't good food. It was not hitting. I mean, we should have went to damn Texas Roadhouse for all that.
Get some rolls, dude.
Man. So then, at 7 o'clock, and the owners, so there's a guy that owns it, and then he leased it out to people. The people he leased it out to, I'm not going to name drop any names, but the lady was she was the owner, and then her husband ran the kitchen and stuff like that. They were drinking 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, throwing Fireball back. Yeah, and they had already started drinking. I'm like, whatever, it's not my business.
Oh,
and
Fireball.
Then Fireball, right?
I hate Fireball.
I don't drink, so I don't know. Yeah. So then, but at 7 o'clock, I set up for the party. We have my dinner and stuff like that. But they was already drinking at 7. And then the party gets going. It's crazy, 350 people there. Yeah. And I my girlfriend's dad. He was the assistant fire chief, so he knows all the fire codes and stuff like that. So I probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm gonna hear about that at the next holiday. 350 people in Jupiter. You know that I can only hold a 150 each. Sorry, guy. But
sorry, guy.
Sorry, man. It was in the past, but it was 1 o'clock and a fight broke out. And fight breaks out. It happens. It is what it is. Everybody starts to go home, but it was supposed to end at 2. So people are outside waiting for rides and stuff like that. Oh, it ended early. Can you come pick me up? Type stuff. Yeah. So then they're outside and the fight broke up. My sister helped break it up. Tony helped break it up. Alex did. It was crazy. And I'm just sitting there just this is great. This is great. And then, so we go outside, and the husband of like the lady who runs it, her husband was outside, drunk. But he's yelling.
He came out.
Yeah, he was yelling at people. Yeah, like get off the sidewalk, and like his reasoning was, which is true. It's a historic building, so if one of these windows gets broken, it costs a lot of money to fix because it's historical, so it's not replaceable. You have to pay a fine. So I get where they're coming from, but like, you can't be running around yelling at people drunk.
Right.
And if they've been drinking, it's not gonna be
a good outcome.
Know
what's about that?
Man, just boop, boop, boop.
Prepare for the worst.
Oh yeah, he got the worst.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, he got whooped. And I felt bad because like I liked him, and like, but he had yelled at my sister and stuff like that, and she was like, he's like, you did this, you started the fight. She broke up the fight.
Yeah.
So then she's like, I'm gonna get my dad and he's gonna whoop your ass. He's like, I fucking try it, right? And then so she goes, she can't find Alex, so she comes to me. I'm her brother. I have to handle this now. Fuck. Right. All right, say, give him the money. I go outside to look for him. He's in someone else's face that I know, and I'm not gonna name it. I'm not gonna name any names, but that motherfucker can fight. I'm like, I'm gonna let this play out. Yeah. I don't gotta do nothing. And he's just in his face. That's the wrong person to be.
Right.
That's the wrong person.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. And like, I was mad at him, so I let it happen for a minute or so. I'm like, all right, it's enough. Break it up. Pull him out. I had to drag him back into Jupiter.
You dragged his ass.
Oh, yeah. And he gets up and he starts yelling at me.
After you just helped him.
Yeah. That's why I was like, pause. Wait a minute.
It's the fireball, man.
It's the fireball, dog. It's crazy. And he was like, this is all your fault. Da-da-da-da. You should have had security. And I'm like, well, if you know anything about your own business, like a club, it's security is an internal operation. So like at Chives, if I were to perform at Chives and I brought security, do you think my security is going to protect their bartender? Or if Kodak Black came to perform somewhere, he's not protecting your bartender. That's not how this works.
He's just protecting me.
That's who he's hired for. And I didn't need security. What? I'm in a line. It's complaining.
Right.
What do I need security for?
Yeah, we got some mean streets.
Hey, it's crazy over here. But it's like, I don't need security. Everyone I know is here.
Right.
So like, you should have had security. I'm like, dude, that's not how this works. If you want security, you have to hire security for yourself.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah.
You're the owner. Right. What are you doing out there yelling at people? That's poor business. And we're right by the police station. Call the police if there's an issue.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
So he storms off, and I got blamed for the whole situation. They put it on me. I was like, that's pretty lame. But
after I just gave you all of this business.
Yeah, literally, and like, on me. Oh my gosh, and they stopped booking me. Well, they actually went out of business. Not like Jupiter as a whole. Because, like I said, Jupiter is owned by someone and he would just lease it out.
Karma.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
But there was another promoter, and he wasn't making nearly as much as me. Mm-hmm. And he goes on Facebook talking, I've been promoting here for this many years. I've done this many shows, never had a fight, this, that, and the third. He's a thief. He's a wannabe gangster. He had drugs in the place. And Drew, you know me. I've never done smoke weed. I've never drank. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do anything. I stay out the way. So when I saw that, I was like, "You're out your damn mind."
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that was the craziest. I was like, I just want to have a good time.
That's pretty wild.
It was wild. And then like you ask people about the party, like people remember the party.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's like a story like 20 years down the road.
You're just gonna remember. And I just sit there like, I did that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
That's fire, dude.
It was fun, though.
One of my favorite things is when I'm with, like, my family and my uncles. They're just talking about their crazy nights and shit.
Big Murph.
Shout out, Murph. So my second question is, what's the top artist you would want to make music with? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Well, he's alive. Childish Gambino. Hands down.
Your favorite, right?
He's my favorite. I think he's the greatest artist ever, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
His music hits me the way that probably doesn't hit everybody.
Right.
And I just think he's the greatest entertainer. I mean, nobody does what he does.
He's acting, too.
Acting, writing. He was a comedian. Grammys, Emmys. Like, no one's doing it on that level. He's got clothes. He's got shoes. Like,
right.
He does cartoons. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
That is.
That's what I want to be able to do one day, just to do whatever you want.
Just expand.
Yeah.
Past making music.
Past making music, do whatever.
Right.
You have an idea, you can do it.
Right.
And it's not even just like he's funding all this. Like Atlanta was on FX, and like they believed in his ideas. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, you just need one person to believe in you, bro.
Yeah, and that's who I would want to make music with. And that's what I tell you, I don't smoke. But if I tell all my friends is, Tim, come on. No. Like, what we have to do to get you to smoke? If Childish Gambino hand me the blunt, I'm facing that bitch. I'm facing it. I have to.
I can't hate on it, honestly.
And I've had that ideology since I was, like, young.
Yeah.
Like, because he walked out on stage. Like, I saw him in Baltimore. He walked off stage, came back on stage just to get a blunt. I was like, man, if he handed me the bitch, I'm facing it right now. I'd probably be so messed up because I've never touched that stuff. I'd probably be gone. But it'd be worth it.
Yeah. Another night you would never forget.
I would never forget. Oh, man.
So another question is, what's your karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song. I'd have to say, I don't do karaoke a lot.
I've never done it.
I don't like karaoke.
You don't?
Well, and this may sound like, you're not that big. I'm not. But, like, I make money when I sing.
Yeah.
Typically. Like, sometimes my shows do, like, $1,000. So it's like, if I'm going to make money when I sing,
why would I do it for free?
Why would I do it for free?
Yeah.
But, like, also, like, I get nervous when I do karaoke because, like, in my head, it's like, these people aren't here to see me.
Yeah.
At my shows, I have all the confidence in the world because you paid to see me.
Right.
You want to be here, clearly.
Right.
Or you're here for some reason, and hopefully that reason's me.
Yeah.
So, like, I know you want to hear this. But
right.
in karaoke, if I go up there and just like, oh, get off stage. Yeah. Who is this guy?
Tomatoes thrown at you.
I'm just like, no, wait, guys. I do this, I promise. Like, but I did Chives karaoke once with Howard Frazier. Me and Howard
shitty on Chives and you.
Yeah, hey, we definitely did it. We went up there. We did it's a Toby Keith song.
Oh,
who's your daddy? Who's your baby? Who's your daddy? I think is what it's called. Something like that.
Who's your daddy? Who's your baby? Who's your buddy?
Yeah, but we did that song.
Yeah.
It was a country song. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think the only time I would actually do karaoke is like I just have like the boys and their girls.
Oh yeah.
Just like we're drunk, just
having a good time.
And the song I would pick is "Where Them Girls At."
Where do I begin? I see this one. I'm about to go in.
By David Guetta. Where them girls at? Girls at?
I don't know that song. Isn't that crazy?
I'll get you hip.
You have to get me hip now.
You'll
now
see.
I need to
It's
hear
a banger. It's a banger.
It's a banger.
It gets the girls fired up.
He was he's a DJ, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of him.
Cause who's on it? It's Nicki Minaj. She's in it too.
Oh, so it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's
all
a
right.
banger. You might want to listen to it after.
I'm gonna listen to it on my way home.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is goated.
Yeah, facts. So, last question I have for the boy is, for the rest of your life, you can only pick one album to listen to.
Okay.
What is it?
Because of the internet. Childish Gambino.
Hold up, wait a minute. All good just a week ago.
And that's just because, I guess you're saying just listen to the album, but the album had so much more with it. It was the album, and it was like 16, 17 songs. It had a screenplay that he wrote with it that, like, it had a story. And then, like, play this song here.
Okay.
So if you bought, like, the record, like the vinyl, it came with a copy of the screenplay, and you would read through the story, insert, play, Sweatpants here, play 3005 here. And it had a story with it. And it made sense. It was really cool. There's a video on YouTube, it's like the iceberg of because of the internet. There's so much that went into that album. Like, there was a short film that went with it. There's other short clips that went with it. There was just a trail. He had made a secret song, encrypted it, because he knows how to code. He encrypted it in code and hid it, and he would give hints. And people were on like a scavenger hunt to find it.
Figure out.
And it took them 2 years to find it.
Really?
Yes.
That's long.
Yeah, it's just like, that album is so much more than an album. So if I have all that, especially, then I'm gonna be entertained for a very long time.
That's fire, man.
Yeah. What about you?
So I'm a big Post guy.
Okay.
I want 12 karat toothache.
Save my own life just to say yes.
Okay.
That was my first concert I ever went to.
Really?
Yeah. We just went last year. I went with Berg, Riley.
That sounds like a time.
Fire, dude. Post is like such a goat because like
he is.
After like every song, he's just like thanking the crowd.
Oh, and man, that's how I am. Like I thank the crowd every single time because like without you, I am nothing up here. Like I can play music and music's fun, but like you give it purpose.
Yeah.
And like that's where it's like when I have like art, I see artists that have everything. They have everything that I want. Mm-hmm. You know, and they worked for it. Don't get me wrong, but like. They're not grateful. Yeah. I hate it.
I do
Travis
too,
Scott.
bro.
I like Travis Scott's music. I think he makes okay music. I don't that whole concert thing where people died. That wasn't his fault. I will vouch for him till the day I die because they signed the contract and they go up there and sing. They don't do anything else.
Right.
They don't know about that. That was whoever was the event manager. That was his fault. That's who should have been held liable. Yeah. But like he performed at some festival and there's a camera guy that was working for the festival, and you've probably seen the clip, but he was on stage, like...
Oh, when he, like, pushed him off.
Get off the stage. I don't give a fuck. But you have everything. You have millions of dollars. You have a great life. Well, I guess I can't say it. I'm not
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner!
Yeah.
Like, bro, you have it all. You have a very loyal fan base that'll do anything to see you.
Right.
And it's like, and you're going to be an asshole?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you, man? And, like, that guy was doing his job, and he's probably an intern, unpaid.
Right.
And, like, after I saw that, I mean, I posted on my story, I was like, people are sick. Like,
right.
That man was doing what he was told.
Yeah.
And you think, and you're not better than him. You're not God. Who are you? Thanks. Like, I guess I can't say I wasn't in the situation, but it would take everything in me to not to smack the shit out. Like, what is wrong? No way.
I hate
I'm doing my job. Yeah. Get off the stage. Huh? Get off the stage.
And you know.
And then he's cussing. Fuck you. Get off the fucking stage. Boom! Like, what? Yeah. What is wrong with you?
And the crowd was probably laughing.
Yeah!
You know, people on there.
And, like, he probably got shit for it afterwards. He probably got made fun of. Like, you don't know how that affected the trajectory of his life.
Right.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
You have it all, and you're a dick?
Yeah.
Boo. Like, tomatoes. Tomatoes. That's lame.
Yeah. Facts.
That's where, like, Childish Gambino, he's nice to his fans. Like, he see him on the street, he'll take pictures and stuff like that. Or, like, I heard The Rock is, like, notoriously nice.
The Rock, Shaq.
Yes, Shaq's another one.
Goats.
Yeah, like, if you're, like, famous and a douche, then you don't deserve it. Yeah. You don't deserve it. I don't care how hard you worked for it. If you're not grateful for what you have, you don't deserve it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder how, like, cats are, like, so successful, but they're not grateful for it.
Oh,
like,
it's
I know
crazy.
You have to put a crazy amount of work.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from you.
Yeah, but like,
you gotta, like, thank God that
you
made
literally,
it to the top.
Because a lot of times it's chance.
Yeah.
Like, you can work as hard as, like, I've been working for, 2018 was 5 years.
Right.
Working so hard on my music.
Right.
Gotten so much better. Been marketing crazy. Trying to just network, meet people.
Right.
And it still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And it might never happen. Who knows? So it's like, you got that chance. You got that lucky odd. And you're just squandering it to an extent.
But you owe it to yourself to not, like, live the rest of your life thinking, what if I didn't stop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And then, like, or, like, people that go to jail, like, when they get famous, like, how dumb can we be? I like Kodak Black. I love his music. I do. Yeah. But when he kept going back to jail, it's like, you're not in the streets. You don't have to be in the streets
Will
anymore.
You please learn?
Can we, like, not?
Yeah.
And I guess, like I said, I'm not in his position. I didn't grow up how he grew up. We're different people. But, like, in my head, I'm like, you got millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You don't need a gun.
Just stay
I
at the
promise
crib,
you
bro.
don't, because you can hire security.
Right.
You can.
Right.
You don't need this.
Yeah.
And then you're going to jail 2 or 3 times over. Like, imagine the amount of money you're losing.
Yeah.
Millions has to be, because you could have been on tour raking it in.
Facts, bro.
But you're taking a tour of that prison cell. Tough
scene. Tough scene for the
tough scene.
But
man,
yeah, I don't have anything else. That flew by to me. Honestly,
it did. See, that's, I like podcasts. You just talk. It's fun. You chill.
Just chilling with the boys.
Hell
man.
yeah.
That's all it is. You got anything else to say, Timmy?
I'm gonna have a show in April, at the West Side Bowl in Youngstown. So if you want to see some good music to someone who will appreciate it, come out to the Westside Bowl in April. Follow me on Instagram at timmy.the.boy. That'll keep you posted on everything. If you need pressure washing, Pinner pressure washing right here. You can hit me up on Instagram too. It's crazy, dog.
I'll put his Instagram in the description.
Yeah.
But thank you, Timmy, for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate this. This is so much fun.
Yeah. But that wraps up episode 8, Catching a Vibe. Subscribe, like, comment, tell whoever, check us out.
Tell everybody.
Yeah.
This is the guy. Come on now.
He's the GOAT, but we'll see you later. Peace.